absolutely. That's actually also a great example of how we could use Kinesio tape, Chapman's, and lymphatic together. So in your case, the rib cage actually drains anteriorly and straight up into the axilla, which is the underarm area, and there's a great concentration of fluids. Yeah. So the rib cage, the lymphatome or the directional drainage for the rib cage is straight up into the axilla. And when I'm teaching the chest, we're actually treating not only the anterior chest, but also the lateral flank of the body, which is where that location that you're speaking about is. So in your case, Paula, what I would use lymphatic drainage-wise, I'd activate the parasympathetic nervous system with the short opening. And I saw a comment from Libby, actually. Hi, Libby, saying that it'd be a great habit to get into using the opening sequence with Chapman's. So, yes, it's a great habit to get into when you wake up and also when you're treating a client. So, Paula, I would open the terminus, activate the terminus to receive fluid, and then on the side that you were injured on, I would actually activate the axilla first, and that's a 3-step process. And then I would actually do my lymphatic movement. So that's a flat hand push, just lifting the surface of the skin off the fascia straight up towards the underarm, because those nodes are already switched on to receive the fluid that's sitting on the flank. So, and then to finish this, I'd actually get the Kinesio tape on and make sure that it was pulling in the direction of the underarm so that you keep the moving up. So that's how I would do in your situation.
That's a really good comment, because most times we think about the bones and try to support the bones, but Kinesio tape isn't restrictive tape like that. So if people are out there using Kinesio tape and we're looking at for that kind of function, then definitely. I had not thought of that because my brain went into rotation for golf, so I was trying to support, but much better up. So I'll be removing this and bring it.
Yeah, and lift it straight up towards the underarm, because the thing about Kinesio tape is that it's got that that almost concertina construction inside it. And what happens when you apply it and you stretch up towards the closest node group is it actually lifts the skin from the fascia, so it allows room for the single cell capillaries to move fluid at a faster rate, because by creating that space, you're actually giving fluid less pressure. And so it's able to actually glide more easily when you create that space. And you want the fluid, the inflammatory process, to happen, but you also want to make sure that the inflammatory process, the fluid that's left there, isn't left there too long. You want it to be dealt with by the nodes. You want that inflammation cleared, and that's what the nodes job will do. So moving that fluid up and taping in the direction of the closest node group is an absolute gold trick.